GM Radio, King Lion Showcase. Woo! Be back again. Another artist in the house tonight. Bobo Rems. A man who wears many hats.
My love.
Okay, before we get into anything, before I start asking you any questions, you just played two joints that you produced, both. The first was The Midnight, and the second was The K.L.C.S. Just touch on those two tracks before we get into you, the producer, the promoter, the man of many hats. Tell us how the Midnight track came about.
Well, actually, those two tracks I just did promotion on, actually. You know, the K.L.C.S song was actually produced in Austria. You know, by a Belgian of mine that I've met a couple years ago out here. You know, so we did like as far as the promotion and, you know, sending out distribution for them, you know.
Okay.
So
once again,
that's a stamp right there.
Once again, a man of many hats.
You know, the Midnight is I-grade. You know, I-grade is family same way. Big up Tippy. You know, your man St. Croix, VI Virgin Island. You know, through Tippy we got the strong link with Midnight with Vaughn. You know, which they're called Akabeka now. You know, it is no longer, the name is no longer Midnight.
Okay.
You know, it's Akabeka. So that's the new name. You know, he broke it down, which name Akabeka is coming from the book of Enoch. You know, but we have production which later on in the program in the future.
We're gonna get to that.
Midnight that I produce, and you know.
Okay. So let's get into you, the man of many hats now.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Well, you know, Bobo Rems, young rebellious warrior, real rebellious, you know, but very loving the same way. You see what I'm saying? Entrepreneur. You see what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey said you can't find work, make work. You see what I'm saying? So I always strive to just set up something, you know, and not just for me, but for the foundation.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So let's go down some of the things that you as an entrepreneur are currently doing. Production.
Yes, sir.
Bookings. Promotions. What else am I missing? I know there's a lot more.
Oh man, radio works, and you know, also got a couple of mixtapes out, so you know, I'm a DJ as well. You know, I'm just trying to get a bit fitting. You know, music is my life.
Okay. Now, how did you get started in the music, and where did you get started? What year did you start in the music?
With the music now, it was always in me. You know, my pops owned a record store, you know, out here in Brooklyn when I was younger. And then coming from a musical background family, you know, my older cousin Beverly K.L.C.S, she was the first backup singer for Bob Marley before there ever was an I3. You know, so her being, you know, a big musical influence. Then, you know, I have cousins that's musicians, which, you know.
Okay, so you basically grew up in the music. When did you first get your break in the music industry?
My break, I would say, it would have to be around 2002.
Okay, how did that come about, and who helped you to get that break?
We're just me and my older bro, Jack Glory. You know, we're just building one day, and we're like, King, the music industry is taking a change for the wrong. You know, we see certain things that we didn't agree with. You know, as young Rastafari youths coming up, you know, we used to the real rebellious music. But then everything was turned to cartoon, you know, like the Rasta was turned to cartoon. And we're like, nah, you know, we got to make a change, you know, if we can make a change. And we just said, you know, let's start a production. And there was a Virgin in Mount Vernon, New York. He was like, look, come through, show y'all the production, and we keep our own sessions. From there, it was like, you know what, let's take off.
Okay, so this is how Rebellion City Productions actually started.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The producer, your man in Mount Vernon, started showing you the ropes.
Yeah, he started showing me certain things, and you know, also he let me know because I was really aspiring to be an artist.
Okay.
And he was like, you know what, ain't no promoters right now putting no upcoming artists on no show, which he is the artist himself. So he was like, you know what, as an artist, you got to put on your own shows. Don't wait on no promoters. So I started putting on shows. And
okay, hold on. Before we get to that,
yeah.
you got to start doing the actual music to perform in these shows.
Well, thing. I put my artist career behind. You see what I'm saying? And start doing promotion, putting on shows. And from putting on shows, it's like, you know, my mind is like when I see an artist, I start thinking about marketing, and so I start thinking, you know what, there's a lot of artists. If I'm gonna be an artist, who's gonna manage me?
Okay.
All these artists around me, nobody have manager, bookings. Again, put my music career behind to do booking and management.
Okay. Now, the management game, I would say, it's known to be very unscrupulous. How did you go about getting artists to see your vision and to work with you as a young entrepreneur in the game?
Well, you see, just by doing shows and reasonable artists face to face, a lot of them came to me actually and was like, look, you need to do management and bookings, you know, you're playing around. And I'm like, you really, like, for a perfect example, one person was on Luton Fire, you know, a couple of years forward, Luton Fire said, Bobo Rems. The eye, you know, the eye of the meditation of a manager, you know, don't play with it, do something, you know, you could really push a lot of artists. And, you know, I seen the vision. So I started working with a couple of upcoming artists like Buddha, Champagne. Those are like the first set of upcoming artists that I started working with. And then 2012, I met Ayata Safari. We started pushing her, you know, as an upcoming artist. And from there, it's just been fire.
Okay, what I actually want to do for the listeners is separate the many hats you're wearing.
Yes, sir.
So, you Luton Fire for say, or Ayata for say.
Yes,
when you meet these artists, you say you see a vision, what you want to do with the artist. But are you putting one hat to the side, or are you trying to do production for the artist, or are you as well trying to promote the artist as well?
Well, I'm a one-man team, you know, which now I'm actually building a strong team. You know, I have a publicist and PR, Black Pearl, you know, part of the team as well. You know, but, you know, my bro is in Jack Glory, he's still in Boston right now, doing his thing, but he's still part of the family. You know, but you know, sometimes you gotta take time and deal with that personal life. You know, the family, the kids and all that. You know, but he's also the A&R for Rebellion City. You know, but far as me, I do everything. You know, I'm capable of doing many things. You know, it just, you got to set your goals, you know, and set up a blueprint of what you want to attack first. And by the time you attack that, it's supposed to lead into the second step. You know what?
Okay, so staying on the promotion side of things.
Aye.
What were some of the events that you promoted early in your career till now that you could say, I was proud of doing that one, or I was happy to work with that artist, or I brought someone here that people never saw before, maybe an upcoming artist? What are some of those events that you have put forward so far in your career that you're proud of?
I would say definitely like the first time I kept my birthday celebration was 2012. You know, like from a, you know, when you're a kid you have your little birthday parties and whatever, but I never had one as a teenager or a grown man. So 2012 I said, you know, I'm gonna keep something. You know, I invited artists Bobo Smith from Sizzler's Judgment Yard and Ponkai from Capleton David House, and many different artists, and the place was just ram and the vibes was nice. You know, and then back again 2013, you know, we brought Luton Fire to New York for the first time, and that was just lava, you know, people still talking about it. You know, Lioness on the Rise is another show that I keep every year with just straight assistants.
Okay.
And this year, you know, was just turned up.
Okay. So now, being that you're based in New York and you're working with a lot of artists from Jamaica,
Yes,
is that difficult? Because it's difficult for artists in New York working with people in Jamaica. As a promoter, as a producer, as an agent, how is it working with artists from Jamaica, being that you're based in New York?
It's not really difficult, you know. It's for example, right now technology has taken over. So you know that, you know, you can work with an artist via email, you know what I mean? They got this, what they call FaceTime and Skype or WhatsApp. So the communication is much easier. Okay. You see what I'm saying? you could see them now through your computer and you could talk to them like, look, this is what we want to do. This is what we need to make happen. See what I'm saying? What song you need to promote? Send me your bio, send me the promo picture, send me the song, let's send it out. So it's easy, same way, you know. It's not like back in the days where artists in Jamaica, you want to know, okay, how am I get the tune right now? You know what I'm saying? I got to fly down and get the track, you know what? Mail the track to me, here's the address. It's easier now, you know. Technology made things much easier.
Okay, so you're basically a one-man entrepreneur, building the team, having strong people around you for your own choosing. But an artist can reach out to you, and it's like almost like a one-stop shop where you're doing everything for that artist.
Definitely.
Okay, it's hard to go around that.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so now you touched on some of the artists that you worked with based on promotion. Let's dip into another hat now and talk about production. Yes. Your production I want to talk about. What are some of the artists that you have produced so far in your career?
Midnight, Norisman, Yami Bolo. We got Yata Safari, new single coming out featuring Teflon, about the attitude. You know, I with the Color Powers. Can't forget him, you know, very inspiring artist from New Jersey as well, you know. His career is bright. And the list goes on. You know, Carrie Kill and all of them. You know, big of my virgin, Jabami and then Jadan Blackamore. You know.
Okay, so have you actually produced whole rhythm albums that you have numerous artists on?
Well, we have the No Nonsense rhythm coming out soon. Cut and Clear rhythm, Streets of Glory, Love Far Right, and Out There rhythm.
Okay, so prior to this, the rhythms that you've been producing, it's dedicated to individual artists?
Numerous artists, various artists.
Okay. Have you had album placements so far in your career?
No, actually we're in, you know, the verge of releasing something early next year. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about Rebellion City Production now. We're talking about your production, your company. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, Rebellion City, as I said, me and my bro Jack Glory, we were just very rebellious, you know. As young fathers, young, you know, young virgins tried to under the Bobo Shanti order back then. It was like, say certain things and we was like, yo, fire. You see what I'm saying? And it wasn't like a usual thing to see a young warrior just burning an elder when he say certain things that he didn't agree with. So they looked at it as rebellious, you know, and it was just like, that name just fit us, you know. Every time we come to, they be like, yeah, see the two rebellious brother them. You know, so we just say, you know what? Rebellion City, we rebelling in every city we going to, but we rebelling, you know, with a cause. You know, it's just like they say a man is a gangster. You got gangster with a cause, you know what I mean? And you got some man who just fool. So it's what you choose to be. We choose to be rebellious with a cause, you know, rebel for the righteous, you know?
Okay.
Rebel against injustice.
Okay. So now being a producer, that's a very important role when working with artists. How do you go about finding these artists that you work with? Aside from the established artists, how do you go about finding some of the artists that were brand new to you that you're bringing to the world?
It's not hard, you know. I pass through a lot of events, you know, and you know there's always upcoming musicians, you know, who you might go there and you hear them, and when you hear them, it's like, yo, this artist right here got the vibes. You know, he might not say nothing to that artist right there and then, but then there might be a second show you see that artist again, and it's like, yo, my lord, you know what? I like your energy, I like your current. Let's do something. You know?
Okay, and with everything there's ups and downs.
Truly.
Have you ran into artists that you say, well, maybe I want to help you, but we on two different roads.
Yes, sir.
You have a different vision. Have you ran into artists that you don't want to leave the studio? You're trying to kidnap them in the studio, keep them in the studio.
Yeah, to that regular. You mean artists who is like...
What gives you that feeling as a producer?
Well, as far as the artists that when they're in the studio, when you hear certain things, you just want to let them go. It's like you see a bright light ahead, you know, and you want to be the one to make things happen for them. Now, is it possible? Only the Most High know. But you just want to lock them in that studio and just get a whole album. You know, some people like to wait till the artist get a hit song, then say, yeah, come check me, or, you know, I did this first. Me, I'd rather get the artist with a young and green. You know, it's like Leroy Smart said something back in the days. He said, you could tell when a man is hungry, or when an artist is hungry, when his belly is full. When he's hungry, he will sing from his belly bottom. You will hear it. You see when he's full, he'll just sing, he'll be like, nah, he not singing with feelings.
Okay.
You know, so when the artist is young and green, they sing from their belly bottom, called what? They're hungry for stardom.
Okay, so the reason I asked about the artists and stuff like that is because you had in your own production company with your brother. Well, what is the mission of Rebellion City?
The mission right now is to just push out some great rebellious music. You know, Bob Marley said music hit you feel no pain, you know? So put out some music that down to the baby on the nipple could listen, you know, and rock to.
Okay. DJ Rich, you got something for the listeners to listen to right now? Okay, DJ Rich, give us something. Once again, TGM Radio. We're in the house with Bobo Rems. You just played 2 tracks that he brought us today. The first one was Most High. The second one was Black Woman. Yes. I'll allow you to tell us about those tracks.
Well, Most High Protect I is a tune from Ras Attitude, which is an artist from St. Croix, Virgin Islands. You know, he's part of the Virgin Island roots reggae music movements out there. You know, which is right now a very strong movements. You know, and I try my best to work with a lot of the VI artists as well. You know, cause you know Rasta International. You know.
Yes.
That's what my brother say, International, same way. But yeah, that tune. You know, we did that rhythm and I sent it to him and he recorded it right away and sent it right back. You know, so that's the first single that we actually did for the production.
Okay. So can we expect more from that rhythm, or is that a rhythm that you're just going to allow Ras Attitude to have that track as a single on?
No, actually, well, that track, we have a video out as well. You can go to YouTube and punch in Most High Protect I. You know, that's the Attitude, and you'll find the video on YouTube. But that rhythm, we have Midnight, we have Novice Man on there, a brother named Fire Son Bantu from Kenya, and brother named I Know from Jamaica, Ayata, and Determined.
Okay. How does that come about that you're working with artists from all these different regions? One rhythm, but you have African artists on it, a VI artist, a Jamaican artist. Is that purposely done, or does it just come about in that way?
Most rhythms, I meditate who I want on it. Sometimes it don't work out how you want it to, you know, but for the most part it do. You know, and it's like when I hear a rhythm, I hear certain artists. So when I hear a certain artist, like I approach them once I have that link. You know?
Okay. Because when you look at the rhythm as a whole, it's really what you would call an international rhythm. That's why I asked.
Yes, sir.
That's why I asked.
Well, one of the projects that I'm working on is called Universal Voices.
Okay.
You know, and it's called that because I have artists from Kenya, Trinidad, Virgin Islands, Jamaica, you know, Guyana. So it's like
beautiful.
That's the voice of the people, you know. So I just said Universal Voices.
Okay, and the second track that DJ Rich played was Black Woman. You've been speaking about that artist from Night. I'll allow you to tell us a little bit more about your artist.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you do the talking when it comes to artist. Beautiful voice.
Give thanks, sir.
Tell us how did it come about that she became your artist? Where is she from? Tell us a little bit more about her.
Well, Ayata Safari is an artist from New Jersey. And I met her a few years ago, I think it was like 2010, you know, and You know, she was on Eastern Parkway doing her thing. You know, it was on Labor Day parade.
Okay.
And she's out there vending, you know, as I said, entrepreneur, same way, you know, grinding. So we linked, and then we had lost base over that time, but then we linked again 2012. You see what I'm saying? And from there, it's just been fire, you know. So this tune, Black Woman, I'm a Black Woman, is her new single, which was produced by the legendary Rocky's Music. You know, Rocky produced Sugar Minor, Herbs Minor Hustlin', you know, Harris Andy, John Holt and all of them, you know. So to have one of my artists on Rocky's Music is like a great thing.
Did you approach Wackies for that, or did they approach you wanting to work with her as an artist?
Well, actually, we like the family, you know, where I go to Rocky's and when he see me, just like open arms, just love. So we was there and they was playing the rhythm, you know, and I'm like, yo, you like this rhythm? She like, yeah, you know. So we approached him. He said, no problem, go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna touch back on. We're gonna stay on this production because you got a lot of music.
Yes,
and I want the people to hear some of this music. DJ Rich, you got something else for the listeners to listen to?
Rasta man, I tell you, don't make the pagan corral you.